Kia ora. Welcome to my first DIY video. This one's a little bit different to normal. Normally, up to now, I've just done the woodwork stuff, but I'm going to start introducing some DIY projects as well. So yeah, welcome. I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of trouble with the sound in this one and did my first voiceover as well. So yeah, hopefully it goes okay. Enjoy. In this one we're going to be remodeling the floor on this woodshed. It was here when we moved in, and yeah, it's done as well, but that floor you can see there is wonky and bouncy and not level. You can't lay any materials on it without them tipping over. I made those lovely kindling boxes and I can't even stack them because they tip over. The angles are steeper than they look on camera, but yeah, I've emptied it out, and next we'll need to rip up the floor. And whoa, jeez, we go. We've ripped up the floor and taken that middle wall out. The middle wall was no use at all. So yeah, I'm going to add a floor in, frame up the back walls and the side walls on the right hand side, and yeah, make it a much nicer place to work in. Here's all of the old materials. We'll reuse pretty much all of that. Denail it. It's all treated 30mm pine deck boards, and yeah, that'll be used back in the frame. Next thing is we take all the wood chips and put them on the garden. There's about a decade's worth of wood chips in there beforehand, and now that's all nice and clean. Gives us a start. So we'll start thinking about how to frame this up. It's about this time, I guess, that I realised that nothing was level or square or plumb. I guess I didn't really expect it to be, but I was a bit stuck as to how to move forward, so I kind of decided, alright, let's just create a bunch of boxes on the floor that are level, and then a plan will come as yeah, as I can see it kind of visually on the floor. I thought about trying to make a 3D model of this, but it would just take so long because everything is so out of whack. So I just kind of started framing stuff up. Inevitably, I kind of hurt myself while I was doing this. I hurt my toe, and the wood got delivered before I'd finished. So we're in a bit of a pickle. The rain's coming. You've got to get this done as soon as possible. So you can see I'm kind of putting together some straight and flat and level surfaces. Those two triangles in the corner there, they're both level. All the new stuff that I've put in is level. So you can see the difference between one section and the next. There's probably over a foot there in that step down. But I don't want to lose a lot of height, because obviously I want to be able to get as much wood in there as possible. Now I have an understanding of kind of the layout inside the shed. What I want to do is make up some removable floor panels. I have a heap of these guys and these guys, so they'll be the basis. I'm gonna rip these guys down the middle, and that'll provide 2 rails, and then divide these into 4. So that's what is it? It's 940. So let's say 450s. 450s that way, and what do we got? 150. So about, what is it? 155. So 70, 80 down the middle, and that'll get get me 4 slats out of each of these boards, and yeah, we'll build up some floor panels and then start making what are they, floor joists on the inside there that we can drop the panels onto. So let's get to that. I've only made the 4 slats to begin with, so I'll start putting these together. I've made a little, I want the overhang here to be about 60 mil, so I'll just cut a bit of scrap at 60 mil, and I'll start putting them together. Since I've got a 60 mil spacer, I'll put the slat 60 mil apart. I think that'll be a good distance. I want to have a fair bit of airflow through this to make sure the wood stays dry. And the rest of the slats, they won't need screws, so I'll just use reclaimed nails. That'll do for starters. I just need this to work out the layout for the joists. So yeah, obviously, I don't know, another couple of boards will finish off the slats, but we can get to that after we've got the joists built. You can see the plan starting to come together here. I've got 3 bays built, joists down. So yeah, I'll just quickly throw together the rest of those panels, and then I can do a bit of Tetris and move all that stuff up there and work on the bottom floor. There we are, 3 panels done and in place. Obviously limited by the length of the rail, so I had to put some other scraps on the end, but they slot nicely in there. And now I can pack all that stuff up and move on to the bottom floor. Very excited to have some level flooring to stack stuff on. Things work so much better. Anyway, next we'll do that section down there. Here we have some dust extraction with claws. Yeah, not a good spot, bud. Alright, winter's coming. I've cut the volume out of this, but the storm is nasty. I've got the floor down the bottom all done, but I'm running out of time. My parents are coming out from Australia to visit, and I just want to get some of the wood in out of the rain before they get here. So yeah, that's kind of the priority, is get some of that wood into the shed. Post my folks' visit, we had a lovely time. I've just finished off that bottom triangle corner, and now I need to get the stuff from the top corner out of the way so I can finish off the triangle on the right hand side. Just here show the features. Look at that, you can actually pick every one of these sections up and yeah, clean out underneath. So it's coming together. Morning session done. So I've got 3 sides framed up for the last bit of flooring. I've got all of the back cleared out, moved inside. So by the end of the evening session, hopefully that will be all full of firewood. So that's a wrap for today. So I got this front area all kind of framed up, and I got one more panel down, and I got the back wall built out. I'm wondering, is it just me, or does this happen to everyone? Wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, gotta get X, Y and Z done. At the end of the day, I'm lucky if I get part of X done. On the menu for today, we will get that section of floor finished up. We'll wall up the inside of these two sections and bring some of that firewood inside, maybe even all of it. Here's hoping. I've not been showing really any of this build as I've got along, because there's not actually many teachable moments. It's just kind of one stick at a time and go from there. But this one I quite like. To build the triangle shapes, I put these rails down, and to space them I clamp the rail on with a little spacer, and then you get a nice even gap. So that's a pretty cool. And hey presto, the floor is done. And a wall. I had a debate about what line to take. I decided on level. There's so many options in here. So many angles. Anyway, the posts are reasonably plumb, I think. Check that out. Actually marks quite the momentous occasion where I've started a thing and finished it. So, all right, all the walls done. Let's put some wood in there. It's knock-off time, and I'm going to call that the end of this project as well as the end of the day. We've got a row and a bit in the back there. There's still a decent pile to go, but yeah, I'll do that in dribs and drabs. Very happy with this. Next year I might do the roof or clad the walls. We'll see which bits leak more. But yeah, I've definitely got plenty of room. So very happy. Good job done. Well, suffice it to say, that was a bit of a nightmare to edit. The cicada noise at the start was different, so halfway through was different to the end. I ended up having to do a voiceover because it was just so bad and I couldn't fix it. I tried. I tried and failed. I referenced what's his name? Joris Herman's video on how to fix up sound, and you get one part sounding quite good and then a minute later it'll be terrible. Anyway, we are pretty happy having, I'm pretty happy having done a voiceover. Yeah, let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. I really need to splash out and get a decent microphone. I think it's becoming more and more the thing at the top of the list that I need to fix. So anyway, kia ora, thanks for watching. If you've come this far, really appreciate it. Maybe give us a thumbs up or a subscribe if you feel that would be good. yeah, I'll work on being more deserving of that as we move forward. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.